can see the presentation. Okay. Ready? Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining. Looks like we have a really big group and people just keep getting on. That's awesome. Thanks for everyone for coming to our first general meeting of the Cedar Ridge Football Booster Club for the crazy year of 2020. So glad we have so many of you guys on. First thing we need to do real quick is we need to approve our minutes from the last meeting. They're on the website. Does anybody have a problem with the meeting minutes, or do you approve them? Approve. Claudia approves. Second?
I second.
Okay, thank y'all. They're approved. Yay. I want to say thanks everybody for joining real quick. We could not do this without our members. They're crucial, and I appreciate everybody. We have an amazing board. We've been working very, very hard since May, trying to figure out some kind of sanity in the midst of all the insanity. So I appreciate all of you guys for being patient with us and with all the things that have happened. That being said, Coach, you want to come over and do your update? We're going to let Coach give his update.
Mask off. All right. Well, hey, thank y'all for joining us for the meeting. Again, it is kind of a weird year, but I have a few things to update. One is just kind of keep track, and we're doing the best we can. The schedule is going to be ever changing. So as you know, we're supposed to play Stony Point this week. They are in quarantine, so that game's getting postponed. We've picked up a few games. We picked up Austin Anderson for our varsity and our JV Purple. Our JV Black's going to play Lake Travis. That game's going to be at 5:30 on Thursday. We sent out emails today. The JV Purple will play Austin Anderson at 7 o'clock. Both those will be here at Cedar Ridge. Our freshman Black team is going to Killeen Harker Heights. They're playing there Thursday at 5. And right now, our freshman Purple, we've not found a game. If we don't, we will split them up and play each other. So they're going to play something this week. We won't give them the week off. And I think you kind of expect a lot of that, especially with the sub-varsities of a lot of schedule changes. We're also, which Bush Club doesn't even know this yet, principals are voting right now on a change in the schedule of moving our bye week from November 13th to Thanksgiving week, which, would be good for Cedar Ridge. So we would be off that week. And we'll still practice, though. But that puts the 2 bye weeks back to back, which we already have we'll already make up the Stony Point game on the 3rd. We're going to make it up on a Thursday night on the 3rd. So that gives teams – there's going to be some teams that are going to have to play 3 games in 2 weeks, and that gives them a chance to get that done if we don't do that. And it sets us up in case we have to play 3 games in 2 weeks. So I think this year is going to be a lot of flexibility in that. Y'all have big Thanksgiving plans. But
well, we're planning on being here because we got something to talk about. We got a big thing going on.
Well,
competition, right?
We'll still be practicing, and if there's another postponement, we could be playing there. So things will change between now and then. So we'll see. Other than that, just kind of wanted to reach out and tell people, and probably preaching to the choir here, we got a great opportunity that we don't always get with our concession stands. I know we've sent out letters, and Booster Club's been calling people, please volunteer for the concession stands. I know a lot of you, especially the people on the meeting, have. Call your friends, people that are in the program. They have kids in the program, and get them to help out. This is a huge thing for our program. It's going to be a huge thing for our Booster Club that probably may or may not be here next year. So we want to take advantage and raise as much money possible on that. So it takes a lot of volunteers. It takes a lot of work, and we want to work it out where you're not obviously working the concession stand while your athlete's playing. So it takes people working different games, especially sub-varsity parents helping with the varsity games. And I think a couple things about that to remember is That's where we're going to make the most money at those varsity games, big concession stands. And really, the varsity team isn't going to benefit from this money as much as, say, our freshmen, sophomores, our eighth graders. They're going to benefit the most from this money because, a lot of this will be buying equipment, things for whatever, we decide to buy. Then there's a lot of things we need, uniforms for next year for our sub-varsities, but most of it's going to go to next year's football team because we're already locked into what we have this year. So keep that in mind, if you're thinking, well, my kid's a freshman or an eighth grader, ninth grader, 10th grader, just help out, especially on the varsity games where we really need some help. And your kid's going to benefit the most from it. So please help and spread the word. Like, get a group of friends, y'all work the concession stand together. That'd be a great way to do it. If you have an athlete playing or not playing, help out with other games. And I think that's all I got for now.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
And got another win against Round Rock.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Coach. And now we're going to go on to the next thing on the list, membership and fundraising updates. So we talked about membership a minute ago. The strength of our booster club, the support that we give our boys and girls on the team is directly tied to how many members we have and then how involved our members are. We would love to have one parent for each player be a member of the booster club. Everybody knows how these team sports really do help these athletes with life skills. Let's support them. Let's do what we can to help them. We have 86 members, so it's off to a good start. I think every year 100 minimum needs to be like the bare minimum. I would love to see more like 150. If we could get up above that, that would be amazing. So if you have friends that or their kids are in the program, but they're not part of the booster club, let them ask them to join. We've really tried to price it for everybody. Plus, we're a really fun group. Wait till we can really start meeting in person again. Y'all will see. Woo-hoo! It's a lot of fun. This slide deck, I think that Betsy, it's going to be available online, right? So it'll be available on our website. It has where to go to get information on how to be a member, and then just a quick link to go pay for it. It is so easy. I could not believe when I did my membership how easy it was. And I did it on my phone watching TV. So you can't say you don't have time because it's just that easy. One of the reasons that we do what we do is supporting the team. So some of the goals that we had this year, one of them is the Guardian protective helmet covers for the O-line. That's protecting their heads. That's really a big deal. This is money the district does not give our program. But these are things that the athletes need. So $2,500. And I won't read line by line, but let me just highlight some. We need, if eighth grade parents, let them know the freshman jerseys. Hey, if we play our cards right at this concession stand, freshmen are going to be sporting some new swag next year. So they need to get on the program with varsity concessions. Help us out. The helmets. Isn't it true, Coach? We'd be the first to have colored helmets?
We're going to get colored helmets up the league. Yep.
We are going to get our helmets painted for the varsity, and we will be the first high school in Round Rock to have that happen. So of course we know we're the best. We want everyone else to know we're the best. Unfortunately, over the spring, the trainers, they were not able to have their one and only fundraiser, and they lost their cold game day therapy. That's really a crucial machine to get these kids ready for game day. So we really need to do what we can to help support them also. So, these are just things for you guys to know, so what the purpose of the Booster Club is and what we want to do. What we've also started doing is doing some different things too for the coaches and behind the scenes snacks and stuff like that. So we really try to give everything we get goes back into the football program. And next is Mona.
All right. If you can't hear me, I'll come over there. But
Here.
our first switch screens here. Okay, we ended Q1, which was going to be the end of, or is the end of September, with 30,000 in the bank. And so that is because we've lowered our budget, but we are tracking well against that budget. You can see here budget versus actuals. So we're great on sponsorship. We're kind of hopefully making up the rest of the membership. Merchandise has done great. And as you can see, concessions is really pulling the line there. When we have excess like that, our expenses do come later in the school year, but we give that money back to coach to spend on the equipment that Wendy just went through. And so that's kind of the quick and easy story. So if you do have any questions on budget or the expenses we've sent, you can just send the treasurer at crfootball.org if you want to go into any further detail.
Thank you, Mama. Awesome. Okay. So our next slide, this is very important. So you've become a member and now you're wondering, what do you expect of me? Expectations, it's kind of a harsh word. It's like, we expect you to do this. No, we want you to want to do this. And well, we have this on the website, but just to go through, because I'm not going to read through the whole thing. Freshman families, look at what you can do when your student's not playing to help out at a concession stand. I will say we've had several freshman parents that I've seen show up, and they have absolutely been huge helping out in the concession stands. I cannot say enough, like huge. There's other things if you don't have time that you can read, but same with JV. On varsity game nights, try to see what you can do. Now, if you're like me, I've got a JV kid and a varsity kid. So I'm going to be at the middle school games and work in a concession stand. And then when my JV kid plays at home, I'm going to be in the concession stand the off game of his. So there's all kinds of workarounds. If you don't know exactly what your workaround needs to be or can be, you always can email me and say, what else can I do? We really do need everybody's help this year. I can't stress enough. This is the first and only time we've ever been able to have concessions. It might be a one and done, and it's time to go big or go home. We're one of only 3 high schools in Round Rock that took the opportunity to do concessions. I spoke with somebody on Round Rock's Football Booster Club Friday night, and her words were, "Oh, we said no to that." I'm like, well, that's very silly on you. So we really do need you guys to help out. So that kind of is our volunteer expectations. When you get time, go on the website after the slide decks are uploaded and read it in more detail according to your child's level. Concessions. So I'm gonna let Robert help because, again, with these unprecedented times, fundraising's been interesting this year. So we're going to focus a lot on concessions until y'all are probably tired of hearing about it. So here's our guru, Robert.
Hello, I wanted to stress again that the board can't do this without each and every one of you out there helping in some way or another. We can all find an opportunity in some form or fashion to get involved. And please take advantage of the early years with your athletes so that by the time you're a senior, you can sit and watch the games and know in your heart that you've done everything that you could up to that point, okay? So we're asking that each parent, or maybe both parents for the students, volunteer to work at least one shift on any of the nights that we have going, but especially the varsity nights. Those are going to be the most important, as everybody has stated thus far. But we do need help at other times too. So we can get creative on what your opportunity is. So just let us know if you need help trying to figure that out. I do have a plan in place to get your volunteer time awarded in a manner of a patch. So this patch would state that you volunteered this year, and once you are able to give me 8 hours of your time, I'll give you this patch. Please stress to the student athletes as well, and even regular students, that For a lot of the other clubs in the school, you have to have volunteer hours. We're very generous with opportunities, so those students can get some volunteer hours with us. After 8 hours, they also can earn a patch that they can put on their Letterman or maybe their favorite blue jean jacket, their hoodie or whatever. So it's just something really cool that I've come up with, and I don't have the sample yet, but I can get that out pretty soon here and let everyone take a look at that. That's something big that we can do. Okay. And not to mention that when your student applies for scholarships, they do want to know how many volunteer hours you have and what you've been involved with. Having said that, if you just absolutely cannot volunteer your time, I can turn the small amounts of money that you are able to donate with even chips, sodas, candies. We can turn that money around and sometimes triple, double, or even more with that money. So find a way to dig deep and get creative on how you can help us, okay? Also, I need to ask everybody to show your support at the games. I have heard some people complaining that, oh, I can't bring my water in. Yeah, well, that's everywhere right now. And so, save some quarters in your ashtray or center console and bring them into the game and buy a drink from us, and know that money's going back to your athlete's future. Okay. I'm going to pass it on. I think from there, we have a bigger announcement later. Are we going to do that now or
We'll announce. Well, no, let you announce it, because I think your partner in crime too should announce it with you. Okay. Your co-partner in crime. Come on, there.
So we have planned.
Like that, you did the whole kitchen.
And so if you don't know by now, we have cleaned up, sanitized, reorganized, and set up the Raider Nation kitchen here at home for the sub-varsity games. And so we've gotten a lot of good feedback from the kitchen there. We have some regular concession food, and we have stepped outside of the box a little bit. So we'd like for you to come by and experience that, and hopefully that if we can start making more of it, and it'll last. So here with my partner in crime, Robert. We want to announce that on November 28th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we're having a barbecue cook-off contest. And we're going to ask Coach to have each athlete sell somewhere between 10 to 20 plates. They're going to be $12 a plate. And they'll have one leg quarter, a sausage link, rice, and beans. We'll also be having a competition that day where we have 3 pit masters that are going to offer one item for an upsell price. And these guys are avid tailgaters. They're going to put on a presentation, and you'll see them here soon on social media. And we just really encourage everybody to get involved with that. That day, we're going to have a pedestrian pickup, an auto pickup, where we're going to have a drive-through line that's going to come through the stadium in between the concession stand and the field. And we're going to ask Coach to have the football players line up along the side and get a DJ to have music playing so that you can wave at them and they can wave back at you while you're picking up your plates, your 20 plates. And towards the end of that, we're also going to arrange a small gathering, if Coach approves, where we're going to ask a couple of the seniors to pass the torch to some of the JV players that are going to be taking over the Raider Nation way for the following year. So the concession stand will also be open, selling nachos, Frito pies, popcorn, sodas, candy, and some other goodies for the people that are going to stick around to watch that. We picked this day because we know you're going to be tired of your leftovers, okay? Eat the mashed potatoes and gravy on Friday, get those gone, and on Saturday,
I like it.
come in and have some barbecue. These guys know what they're doing. You're going to love it. It's going to be a great experience. It's probably going to be one of the biggest fundraising opportunities that we're going to be able to do. So let's take advantage of it, get the word out. Believe me, you're going to see us on social media so much that you're going to think that we're selling used cars. We're not. We're selling barbecue plates. Okay? Robert, let them know what you got.
Sounds good.
This is Robert Hargrove, and he's a pit master, and he claims that he's going to win first place prize that day. So look for his special item. Again, that's November 28th. Time to be determined, but it will be a lunch, dinner type deal. So we'll figure out the timing on that. It's going to be a really big deal. You won't want to miss it. Thank you.
Just the eye candy.
I expected a little more smack talk. Watch social media for that. Okay. So yeah, look for that and updates from Robert on concessions. He's done an amazing job. We're the only booster club in the area that I've been in touch with, including us, Pflugerville, Weiss, that has somebody with his knowledge and with his licensing. So we're one of the only ones serving a full meal, like hot dogs, nachos, that are real hot food. So take advantage of it. Help us out. Okay, next. Oh, we didn't do the volunteer of the week.
It's after we're good. We can do it now.
Okay, so one thing that we've decided to do is a couple of things. We really want to let the people that helped in the concession stands know how much we appreciate them. So we're going to be doing a drawing every week for a prize for the people that have helped out. And then we had somebody really step up the last 2 weeks in just in a spectacular way. So we just have to recognize her just by herself. So our volunteer of the week this week is Julie Monty. Yay! She worked her tail off the last 2 varsity games, and it was just a lifesaver for us. So Julie, what is your beautiful prize from Vanna?
So we have clear tote, like these bags here.
Okay.
Oh, you can see me from here. One of the head wraps so she can use in the cold weather.
Ooh.
And then this purple and proud and purple t-shirt.
Oh, yay. So that is going to Julie. So we'll get with you, Julie, and figure out how to get this stuff to you. And now we're going to do drawing of the week.
Here, Robert.
Robert.
Julie's name's still in there too.
Yeah. We're gonna be the 2 Bobs from now on.
Tugas? Debbie?
Debbie Tugas.
Oh, Debbie Tugas. Yay. So Debbie, you won the volunteer drawing for the concession stands. So we'll get with you on your prize too. So thank you guys. Thanks to everyone who volunteered. Please, please, please reach out to your friends and have them do the same. These are the dates we have. I will be there this Wednesday. I'm going to directly market to every 8th grade parent out there this Wednesday. Anybody want to join me? Come on. I'm not going to turn anyone away. Robert's going to be out there with me, so it's on. But just look at what's out there. Go to the website. They have all the sign-up geniuses are on the website for the concession stands that you can sign up for. November, we'll talk in a minute, but we're going to have to move our membership meeting because we luckily have got on Monday, every Monday in November, just about a football game to have a concession stand at. So we're going to have to move our November meeting to, what did we say, the 18th of November on a Wednesday. So we're gonna get out of our comfort zone of Monday nights and go to Wednesday. I think we're gonna do a different venue. So look for that. It's going to be a fun venue. If I can make it work out, it'll be good. We will also have a hybrid model to where you can join virtually also. We're going to really try hard to figure out the technology and the spacing and all that stuff so that going forward, we can always have those 2 options so anyone can join. We don't want to leave anybody out. Next is our programs. So we are ready to do programs this year. And we are.
Yeah, dark.
So I've been in touch with Jenny Ray. She does our programs, and we don't have any lights. Clap on.
Clap on, bro. Do we need more people in person?
Okay. So we're going to do our programs. Now, in keeping with the theme this year that everything kind of is happening last minute when we get approval and confirmation and all that stuff, the same with the programs. You see the prices on here. You have 1 week. I need you to get 1 week to put your ad together. You have to put it together in the exact size that it's going to be and save it as a JPEG or a PDF and email it to me, president@crfootball.org, so I can get it to Jenny Ray. We need everything in by midnight next Monday so that we can get it. Yay! So we can get everything to her, get it all formatted, printed, and get to us before the homecoming game. Huh? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. So if you have questions about that, if something doesn't make sense, email me. But the programs are very cool, especially the seniors. You know, come on, you know, get your kid some recognition in the program. Next is Sonia. Sonia? She's on mute. There she is.
I'm here. Yeah. Hi, everyone. So we are going to extend sponsorships for this last week, Friday, by afternoon, I would say. If we could get any employers, anyone who has a business, you don't have to do anything that's big. Believe me, if we could do 5 of our 300s, that gets us $1,500 in sponsorships, which could simply pay for anything that Wendy had mentioned before, you know, the IH fan and, you know, something going towards the uniforms and so on and so forth. We've had a lot of great response. So we want to thank all our sponsors, our current sponsors right now, but please reach out to anyone that you think or is willing to donate or sponsor. These are being announced at games, at the high school level on Thursday nights as well as Friday, and we'll hopefully try to get them at the middle school games as well. I think that's it.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you. Okay, here's a couple of really important things, and I need you to really think about what your skill set is. Mona is in the final year of her term as treasurer, and I cannot say enough how amazing she's done. Her knowledge is just baffles me. I mean, I just watch her work, and it's just like it's crazy. We need a new Mona. We've got to have a new Mona next year. It really has got to be somebody that knows what they're doing with this. Mona, do you want to kind of speak to what skill set?
I mean, it's really, if you've got a bookkeeping or a CPA or some deal with, you know, accounting on a regular basis, you got this. You know, you're doing the financial statements, doing bank reconciliations, cash coming in and out the door, signing checks, and then filing the sales tax with the comptroller, and then the IRS form. We actually have an outside service that helps with that. So you're not filing an IRS form by yourself. I wouldn't even want to take that on. So you do have some outside help. And what we've actually started doing this year is talking with different treasurers of different groups, which I'm seeing benefit, you know, from helping other teams and so forth, which I think we need to continue to do. But, you know, I'm not leaving. I have a freshman. I have a senior and a freshman. So I don't disappear. So if there are questions, I am still around. But I do have a term limit I have to cut off after 2 years per the bylaws in Round Rock ISD.
So what we would like is, if you think that this may be something you'd be interested in, please contact treasurer@crfootball.org and let Mona know, because what she'd like is somebody that's very serious about it, shadowing her so that it's kind of a soft handoff. The fluidity is just much better. The continuity will be better. And it's not, it's not something that's going to take up all your time. She works full time at a pretty high pressure job and still can do it. So it's something that's doable, wouldn't you say? We just need the right person. So that's really crucial. A couple of board positions too. We're making a new one. We're splitting up fundraising and sponsorship. That typically has always been the same person. But, you know, as Sonia kind of looked at this year, we've got a lot of different fundraising opportunities with different companies. And so we're going to split this up. So we're going to need a fundraising person. So if you think that you're kind of that go-getter that can walk into places and say, hey, I want you to have a spirit night for me, or you can go find different fun ways for us to do fundraising. Consider that right now. I know we think it's the beginning of the year, of the season, and it is, but it's going to come up quick towards the end of it and when it's time to start electing these people. So start thinking. Merchandise. Heidi's done an amazing job considering everything, which she's done an amazing job anyway, but considering the fact that we got her the year that we were not able to sell any merchandise in person. We've never done that. We've never had a virtual presence like we have. And the fact that we were able to turn that around so quickly is just because of what Heidi was able to do. That being said, though, that is a big job to go ahead and put the store together, to get all the vendors together, get items, then to do the fulfillment. So we're going to split merchandise up. We're going to have a different person that will do fulfillment. And then the plan is hopefully we would be able, that fulfillment person would be able to have some stock on hand to be present when we have things going on. Heidi, do you want to add anything to that?
No, I mean, I think you covered it. I think that just that back end, it's when you do the online store, you have a ton of orders coming through. I think I feel probably 100 orders, which is amazing. We made quite a bit of money, just didn't have to put any Booster Club money out. And so we didn't spend any money and made some. So it's a great model to continue. I would highly recommend it. But just for one person to be able to order, do all the things with yard, there's so many different things. I think it would be amazing to have a second person who would just take that second part and fulfill orders and get everybody their orders and still be able to sell at football games. Hopefully next year we'll be able to be back in the swing of doing that. So I think just two people tackling it, it really is like running a little bit of a small business on the side. So two people is always better than one. So if you're interested, email me at merchandise@crfootball.org.
Awesome. Thanks, Heidi. So those are the board positions. Think about it. If there's something that you think, oh, I was made for that, go ahead and reach out to the person that's doing that job now and ask them questions. But we'd love to have some people, really good people that are excited and bring that fun energy to our already amazing Booster Club. So let's just make it even better. Dates to remember. So I'm going to add a caveat here before we get too much into this, because I didn't before. But Betsy, how are we doing on varsity team dinner signups? We talked a lot about concessions, but we forget about those varsity team dinner signups. Are we good?
No. we still need coverage for this week. So we've got tacos coming up this week, and still some key items that haven't been signed up for yet.
Okay. So this is a tradition that we've had. I don't know how long we've had it. How long have we had it?
4 weeks out here.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And it's a Thursday night opportunity for the varsity boys to just get together and have dinner together. There's nothing real structured. It's just a time for bonding. The food is provided by the parents. So what we're asking is go to the Sign Up Genius. Everything is on the volunteer tab on the crfootball.org and look to see what's available. All you have to do is drop it off unless you want to do more and then you want to stay and help with things. But it's all broken down. Last week, I took 3 big multi-pack things of chips. Okay, that was cool. Actually, I got them at Target, and because I bought them there, I got a $5 gift card to Target. So actually, it was kind of a win for me because now I have a $5 Target gift card. But go on and see what's on there. See what you don't have to make stuff. It's not like you got to spend time preparing this big fancy meal. But really look at that because they do need it. The boys really like it, and we want to keep that tradition. And the big part of it being the tradition is the parents supply the food. Like the parents get involved to give that to the athletes. So I highly encourage everybody for that. But anyway, these are the dates to remember. I would encourage you just on a regular basis, look at our website, go to the calendar, look at the website, see what's coming up. Sonia is just blowing and going with Spirit Nights. You may not get a big advance notice because she may not get one. Something may come up. She's like, you know what? We'll take it. So just keep an eye on those. What else is on here? Homecoming week will start Monday, November 2nd. There's a lot of things that we are working on that we can't really give any details about now because we don't have confirmation for homecoming week. But just know that we've got a lot of plans for that. So I would just advise you all just clear your whole calendar for that week because we'll probably need you. So, and then the last thing is we are a family. This booster club, this football program, we are all a family, and we very much take care of each other, and in the good and the bad. That being said, we have got a family that is much in need of some support from our program. The Brummett family suffered just an unexpected and incredible loss of a child. So, we've got a meal train that we started for them. If you want to be added to the meal train, send me an email and I'll add you to the meal train. The toll is just unbelievable, and anything we can do to support that family, we need to rise up as a Raider family, and we need to help them out right now. For those of you that don't know, Riley is in 10th grade, and he's on our JV purple team. And he came up from Ridgeview. So Ridgeview parents, you may know them. They've got some older boy now. Anyway, please think about being on the meal train for the Brummett family. And if you can't, you want to do something else for them, reach out, because I've got a family friend that I can work with and we can see what else they need. But let's support our family. So that's the last thing I have on my agenda. So we are going to do Q&A right now. Does anybody have any questions for us? Floor's open. For real? Nobody?
Are you on mute if you're asking the question?
Okay. Betsy, is that an absolute? Nobody's got any questions? They're all going online right now to sign up for concessions.
Right. They're busy
dinner,
volunteering and buying programs. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I don't see anybody coming off mute. We can hold on another minute and see if anybody has any questions.
Okay. Well, I want to take a minute to thank everybody. Thank you all for joining. Go ahead and you can beg, you can browbeat your friends that didn't join because they're not in the Cool Kids Club with us. So you just go ahead and do that. Get them to join. But thank you all for everything you do. Thank you for the people that have already donated time to the concessions and other things. And thank you to those of you who are doing it right now on the website. We thank you very much because we know it's happening, right? Awesome. 7:43. We were hoping to keep this meetings always under an hour. This has been great. I think we did a great job, guys. We good?
We're good.
Okay,
Thanks,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks, guys. You have a great night.
Go Raiders!
Go Raiders!